As we're coming up to Christmas, I thought that it would be a really good idea to do my last video of the year around mindset and goal setting. A lot of us will be having some time off for Christmas, a week or two, and a lot of us don't usually have that much time off work. It's a time where we can sometimes forget about the things that we've learned from the year and switch off so much that we lose focus when we come back in the new year. By no means am I saying that you need to work all over Christmas, not at all, but I think it's a great time to really focus on what have I achieved this year and what do I want to achieve out of next year as well, and make some plans. Some of your managers may be brilliant at helping you do this, and you may already have a plan in place and may already be reflecting on the year you've had. Other people may not have that support in the business they're in. So I wanted to give some tips around things that I've used in the past that have worked, things that I even use now in my business that help me, and I will definitely be doing before the year is out. I think it's really important to recognise that it's been a really difficult couple of years. It's important that we look back on what we've achieved, because we should be proud of ourselves whatever year it is, COVID or no COVID. With the effect that the pandemic has had on our industry, how we all had to work from home, some of us were furloughed. For the hospitality industry, for example, we had periods where we couldn't place anybody in jobs because they weren't allowed to work. We need to look back and really reflect on how well we've done to get through this. It has been an extremely challenging year and couple of years. So one of the things that I think is really great to do before you finish for Christmas is, whether you write it on the computer or you get it down on a pad of paper, go back to January and work your way forward and write down all the things that you've achieved that you're proud of. They could be little things, they could be big things. It doesn't matter. It's your own personal thing. You may then want to share that with a friend, a colleague, or a manager. If you are somebody that enjoys praise and recognition, you might be somebody that just wants to keep it to yourself. It's also a great thing to look back on next year to see what you've achieved in really difficult circumstances to help push you forward and motivate you. The other thing is to make a plan for next year. Now, we all know that the recruitment industry is one that's fast-paced, ever-changing. We can have a plan for our day or month, but it all gets thrown out of the water because something crops up, like an unforeseen project that we need to jump on. I'm talking about a plan of things that you want to achieve in terms of billings, or it could be things that you want to achieve that you want to learn, courses you want to do. It could be a whole host of things. You might want to do it for the whole year, or you might want to do it for the first quarter, or even the first month, just to really drill down what it is you want to achieve and maybe the why behind each, so you know the meaning behind it. When you do come back after Christmas, it makes it a lot easier to focus and get back on track. I know times in my early recruitment years, I would sit down with a manager before Christmas and make a bit of a plan, but I came back after my Christmas break and it took me a good couple of days, sometimes even a week, to get my head back in the game and focus on what I wanted to achieve. It took me a bit longer to work that out sometimes, whereas later in my career, when I was really being specific about what I wanted to achieve, I was then able to hit the ground running after Christmas, and even then sometimes exceed the goals that I set for myself. So that is something that I will be doing myself to support my own development, and it's something that may benefit you as well. Also think about the things that you want to change. It could be some bad habits that you've picked up that you want to eradicate ready for the new year. It could be that you want more support from your manager, so you want to sit down with them and tell them that. It could be that you're an agency owner and you want to add a few heads to your team, or you want to put more time into training. It could be a whole host of things. We might have missed out on opportunities this year or made a mistake, for example, but it's how we learn from that thing and change it in the future. Coming into the new year is a perfect time to do that. I know it sounds corny, but we all say this new year, new me. Why not adopt that mindset and make those changes after Christmas? They're just a few short tips, things that have helped me and that might help you come into the new year with a bang. If you would like to have a chat about some support that you think you might need for yourself or your agency in the new year, feel free to book a chat with me. The link is in the description below. If you've got any tips or advice that you're going to be using to help you reflect on this year and go into next year, please feel free to comment. I would love to hear about them. Have a great Christmas, everybody, and I will see you in the new year.